If you want to improve the ergonomics of your Nintendo Switch Lite, then a popular way of doing this is buying a grip accessory. So join me as today we're going to improve the ergonomics of our Switch Lite by using this. This is the unique asymmetrical grip, and it's from Oivo. Hello and welcome to Console Accessories, and as we said in the introduction, got this for you today. Okay, so we have looked at this version for its big brother, the original Switch, and I'll leave a link up where you can have a look at that. And I've also done a comparison of the Oivo grip with all three of them. So there was the Satisfy one, there was the official RGS Industries one, and the Oivo one. And this Oivo one was the cheapest of the lot, and it really came out well. Really impressed with that. So I thought I'd pick up the Nintendo Switch Lite version to see if that quality from the original one is transferred over to the Lite version. Okay, so with the Lite version, I'd say this is probably more important for the Lite, certainly for adult hands, than it is for the original Switch, because the original Switch isn't uncomfortable, but generally the Switch, from the fact that it's smaller, a grip really does help out. So okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to split this up. I'm just going to do a really quick unboxing. Then we're going to put the Switch Lite in and go over kind of like the maker, how it feels and things like that. And then I'm going to try and stick it in a few cases as well, because I know it's important to a lot of people, see if it can fit into a case or not. So we'll try that out later. Okay, so the unboxing, here it is. It's from Oivo, the NS Lite Grip, unique asymmetrical grip. So asymmetrical, and I'll explain what that is in a moment if you don't know what that is. This is ergonomic. It comes with 4 thumbstick caps, which is nice. It says it's comfortable, unique asymmetrical grip, and then some branding on the other side, some more branding. We'll talk about those in a minute, we'll talk about that in a bit. And then on the back again, what it's included, a little bit more about it. Okay, so the box does a really good job of explaining everything it does. Okay, so I'm going to go through everything in it. So this is a first look and feel. I've had this now for quite a few weeks, and I've been using it ever since I got it from Amazon, and I'll leave a link below. So go and have a look at the latest prices. If you go down and have a look on Amazon, you can pick this up for only £13, which is a cracking price, and in the US it's around $13 or $14 depending on which colour you get. Again, that's a brilliant price for a grip, really good, because the Satisfy, I mean, the retail price for Satisfy is $28, although you can get it for about $20, but generally without the sale it's $28, and the UK the Satisfy is £25, so it's almost double what this costs. Okay, so in the box you get the grip, obviously, and then you get 4 thumb caps. There's only 2 here because I've used the other 2, they're off somewhere on my other Switch, because they're quite good, and these ones are just raised up a little bit, so they're a little bit thicker if you like your thumbstick to be higher up, so you can get there, which is a nice inclusion. Okay, now here it is. Now to give you some stats, at its widest point, so from here to here, it's 25 centimeters. So if you are looking for a case, you need 25 centimeters. And the height, so the kind of this bit here is 5 centimeters. Okay, so if you're looking at cases, again we'll look at some cases later on in the video, but they're going to need to be relatively big. And it weighs 87 grams, so there's nothing to it. Okay, so going over it then, here it is. It's all plastic, nothing about it. Now the only other material is in here. Okay, so when your Switch Lite, I'll put the Switch Lite on in a minute, I just want to show you some few bits. When you put it in, it will rest against here and here, and it does rest on this bit here, okay? So if you look in there, there's a couple of rubber bits there that rest against the Switch, so it's a nice little bit of protection. That's on both sides. There is none of it along here. I would have liked to have seen that here, and it's probably a good time if I bring in, so this is its big brother, this is the one for the big Switch here. As you can see, it's got rubber bits there. It's also got 2 rubber bits there. Okay. Being the bigger Switch, I guess it needs these 2 feet here to help it, because it's bigger, and with the Joy-Cons they come off. so it needs this to support the screen, so ignore that. But it's just nice that it has these two rubber bits here to protect the Switch. There is none of that on here, it is just plastic. Having said that, I've taken it on and off so many times and I haven't had a problem so far. It hasn't marked the back of my Switch at all, so it just would have been nice. Okay, and then you've got the grip here, and if you notice, this one here is thinner than this one. That's where the asymmetrical design comes in. So with the Switch and the Switch Lite, this thumbstick's up there, this one's down there. Therefore, this hand is going to be twisted a little bit more to get down to this thumbstick. Okay, so this one is going to be like this. Let's exaggerate it. It's going to be like this, and this one's going to be like this. So this side stick out more. So they say the asymmetrical design is for more comfort when your hand is round there like that. Okay, that's the idea behind the asymmetrical design. So that's why that's a little bit bigger than this. And then flipping over, we have this flap. I will explain what that flap does in a bit. Nothing else amazing about that. A little bit of branding on the back, just a load of screws, and on the top there, 1, 2, 3, 4 game holders there. And if you look in there, you can see that in there, it's got some kind of foamy padding in there, which is nice to keep your games nice and safe. So that's nice that there's a little padding for there. So I'm not going to patronise you and tell you how to put it in. And then this bit here, it folds up and it clips onto the top there. Now, it doesn't clip on, it just kind of rests on, okay? So on here, if you show on here, there are two bits of plastic just there. Can you see that? Just there. They are the bits that rest on top of the Switch. And if you close it on like that, you can see that they rest on top of the Switch there. These aren't padded, these are just plastic, okay? So again, it's just plastic on plastic. But if I let it go, it moves back. Okay, that might just be my Switch, and I probably just need to kind of bend it back like that a bit more. But ever since I've had it, ever since I've used it, this pops on, but it sits back a bit. Okay, so that's a small thing, but thought I'd better mention it. And then when it's in, it ain't coming out with too much force. If you do push it quite a lot, it's going to pop out. I'm a bit worried about it. So yeah, there we go. So you can pop it out if you give it enough force, but it's enough to keep it in there. However, this bit here is also got a dual function. So what you do is you pop that back there and you've got yourself a desktop stand, an adjustable one at that. So you can have it at different heights, which I think is fantastic. So even if this even could be a desktop stand, it's a cheap desktop stand, because some of the desktop stands I've seen are way more expensive than £13. So you can just leave it on there. So therefore, if you're playing your Switch in desktop mode with another separate controller, so for example, if you've got the Running Man, we're playing whatever game we want to play on here, it's brilliant because it sits at a really nice angle. If you don't like it, just move it. Fantastic. As a desktop stand, I think it's superb. Really superb. A nice asymmetrical grip. It's cheap, it's light, it feels really well made. As I was saying, this is the first look and feel, so I've only used this for a few weeks. I will be using this over the coming months, and I'll come back to you if there's anything different about it. It just would have been nice, I think, if it had been a bit of a rubber on there. Oh, sorry, just to mention, on the bottom of the stand, the bottom of the desktop stand there is a bit of rubber there. So where that desktop stand sits on the desk, there is a bit of rubber. Sorry, I forgot to mention that on there. So there's a bit of grip for the stand. There we go. It also comes in 3 different colours as well, so you can get this in white, red and black, but the price may vary. Go and have a look at the links below for the different prices, depending on which one you've got. I really like the look of the white one, but I did get the black one because it was the only one that was available in the UK at the time. So for £13, $13, I think this is a brilliant grip. Really well made, really good. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have problems holding your Nintendo Switch? I don't particularly have many problems holding the Switch Lite. I just think it's nicer to have a grip. Let me know your thoughts. And then what we're going to do now is going to stick it in a couple of cases, okay? So what we'll do, out of the way, I've got some cases here. Now, first up, I've got a bog standard Nintendo Switch case. For starters, it's not going to go in any Switch Lite cases. that are kind of like the thin profile, so I'm not even going to bother with them. So I've got myself a basic Nintendo Switch case, and if you see here, it does, there we go, it does fit in, but there's a hell of a bulge there. I wouldn't trust that. My case, that was not going to last. That's not going to last long in there, and it's still a bit tough to get off. So it does fit in this. It's just a bit of a bulge. Next up, we're going to look at this. This is another Switch case. This is the Running Mario one. So this one would fit the Switch Lite perfectly without the grips. So I want to see if it fits with the grips. It doesn't. It does go over the first one, it just won't go over the second one, okay? So there's too much of a bulb, and that's going to break my zip if I push that in. If I push that in too much, that's going to break the zip. So if you've got one of these cases, so this is the Power A case, you're going to need it bigger than this one. Therefore, if you've got something like this, this is my trusty Skull & Co case. This is probably one of the biggest cases I have for the Nintendo Switch Lite, and it does fit in there, even though there's still a bit of a bulge. You can put those on top of there or on the bottom there. There we go. So if you're looking to get this grip in, you need a case, because there's not a specific case for this. You'd be looking at, probably the best bet is your Skull & Co. And the beauty of the Skull & Co is it's really well made, it's really good quality, and you've got room to put some extra bits in there and some extra games in there. Not going to be much room above it though. Okay, so one disadvantage of this having the grip on, cases are quite hard to come by. Okay, up to you. So let me know your thoughts. Are you thinking about getting one of these? Are you thinking about picking one up? Have you already got one? Have you got the original Switch one? I love the original Switch one. I'm really pleased with it. Let me know in the comments below. Go and have a look for the latest prices. Okay, please do stick a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And that was my look at the asymmetrical grip for the Nintendo Switch Lite. And I've been Console Accessories, and until the next video, bye bye.